Hello, and welcome to the newest RSVP Northern Virginia podcast. This is Rob Payne, Outreach Specialist with RSVP. RSVP Northern Virginia is the largest senior volunteer group in Northern Virginia, serving seniors and retirees who are 55 years young or better. And today we have with us again volunteer specialist Carly Hubicki. Carly, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Today we're coming up on one of our favorite seasons of the year, the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics. This year, the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics starts September 15th and goes through September 26th at more than 28 different locations throughout Northern Virginia, from the Potomac River all the way out to almost the Rappahannock in Fauquier County. And for about, I think, the third or fourth year, RSVP Northern Virginia is the official volunteer partner of NVSO, and that's what we're here to talk with Carly about today. Carly, could you tell us a little bit about what volunteers do with the NVSO?
Yeah, definitely. So we need volunteers for a lot of the different events that happen to help, register athletes, help with timing events, with the field events, help with marking, how the distances, depending on the event, just the volunteers are helping run the events and cheering on the athletes.
That's great. And there are a lot of events going on, aren't there? Can you talk about some of the events? And I guess first off, I want to get one other thing straight for people. Now, normally when you go to an RSVP event, most of the time, as an RSVP volunteer, you're required to be 55 years old. For this particular event, it's a little more family friendly.
Yes. For the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics, the volunteers only need to be 16 years old or better, so it's a great opportunity for families to come out and volunteer together.
That's great, and we're working with our volunteer sponsors and partners, being Volunteer Fairfax, where we are headquartered in Fairfax City, and where we are speaking today, and also, of course, Volunteer Arlington and Volunteer Alexandria, and they are all supporting us in this effort because it is truly a very region-wide event. Some of the opportunities, the volunteer opportunities at the games, some of the games they'll be helping with and the events they'll be supporting?
Yes, definitely. So we'll start with our two highest volunteer need days. So the first will be September 15th, opening day. On Saturday, we will be at the Thomas Jefferson Community Center. And this is where we kick off the games and have all the track events. So volunteers help with timing the different distances, sprints and long distance races, as well as cheering on their athletes. So that's pretty fun. And it's broken up into two shifts. There'll be a morning shift and afternoon shift. And there will be one of our engagement leaders there on hand to give you direction as far as everything you'll need to know. So you will have the support you need and get a free t-shirt.
There you go. And it's a very nice t-shirt. And Carly, last year you had just started, actually both of us pretty much had just started with RSVP, and you were at the games and you helped out yourself with some of those events.
Yeah, I did, and I'll tell you what, that was a lot of fun. Highly recommend. The second big day of volunteer needs is the swimming event. So that will be on a Friday. It will be September 21st. That's a Friday. And it will be at the Dulles South Multipurpose Center. That one will be one shift because it's a shorter event. But volunteers will be, again, helping with timing the different swimming events. And again, our engagement leader will be there to help show you what you need to do and direct you. So.
And that's a really good point. And, we have engagement leaders at pretty much all of our bigger events, not just for the Olympics, but for throughout the year. We recently had a group service project down at River Farm in Alexandria, and we had an engagement. We actually had two engagement leaders there, but one of them was in charge, and they just make sure that everybody knows what they're doing and that everybody's in the right place. And what else can you tell us about volunteering? I understand that our friends at Cabot Cheese are going to be at opening day this year.
Yeah, they are. So opening day should be a lot of fun. They think they'll be providing food for the volunteers, so
That's
that'll
fantastic.
be a good added benefit for that opening day.
And this is the first year that we've had Cabot Cheese at the NVSO, I believe. For some of you old-timer RSVPers, you'll remember that Cabot Cheese was at the Volunteer Appreciation Picnic, both this year at Lake Fairfax and last year down at Fort Hunt. Let's see. So let's talk about some of the times. Now, we do have a lot of, I think you mentioned earlier, there's something like, usually it takes over 100 volunteers to put this on. And talk about deadlines. If people are out here listening and they want to volunteer, where do they go?
Yeah, great question. So definitely go to the website. So it's www.nvso.us, and there's a volunteer tab. So when you click on the volunteer tab, the link will be there for the sign up for the different events. So like I said, opening day swimming, and then we also need volunteers on various days throughout the games, helping with cycling, orienteering, horseshoes, bocce, pickleball, basketball. So lots and lots of events. Hopefully there's something that interests everyone. So go on that website. You'll be able to see the times, the locations, what you'll be doing, and you can sign up right online. And if you have any questions at all, my number's also listed there, but it is 703-403-5360. So I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about volunteering.
That's great. And the place to volunteer is on the RSVP website. Although if you do end up somehow on the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics website, there will also be a link there. And for those of you who are interested in competing in the Olympics, now the Olympics actually have a little lower age qualification than RSVP does. So if you're 50 years old by the end of 2018, you are eligible for the Senior Olympics. And the question always comes up, well, am I allowed, if I'm a participant, am I allowed to volunteer also? And definitely yes. The only exception to that would be you're not allowed to time your own race or judge your own event. But other than that, you can definitely do both. And one of the other things I think people may not realize is that RSVP also helps put people on the board. Is that correct? On the NVSO board.
Oh, yes. So if you're interested in helping with NVSO all year long, that's also another volunteer opportunity. So definitely reach out if you're interested.
That's right. And we recently, Carly recently helped find a new fundraising director for the NVSO, Michael, who's just been doing an outstanding job. So there are a lot of opportunities, again, throughout the area. And we want to emphasize this is a family-friendly event. Now, if someone is under the age of 55 and they want to volunteer for this particular event, they still go through RSVP. Is
Yes,
that correct?
All the volunteers go through us. So we're celebrating National Senior Health and Fitness Day. It's May 30th. Like Rob said, we will be at Providence Rec Center from 9:30 to 12:30. Courtesy of the Rec Center, everyone 55 and over are welcome to enter the Rec Center free of charge. They will be having a volleyball, beach ball demonstration, newest NVSO event, which will be pretty cool to check out. And you're welcome to drop in on different exercise classes going on. And I will be there too from 9:30 to 12:30. Helping anyone interested in volunteering in general and helping them get signed up for RSVP.
And the free portion of that day will be when Carly leaves. The free part's over. So
Yes.
if you see her walking out of there, you have to pay admission. But from 9:30 to 12:30, thanks to our great friends Patty and Beth and the Fairfax County Park Authority over at Providence, they went in with us on this project, and we really want to express our appreciation for them. This will be the second time in about roughly a month we've been to Providence, and we want to stress again, because there are two Providences and they're both great facilities, but the Providence Recreation Center is off of Route 50 near Jaguar Trail in Falls Church. If you go to the other one near, well, I'm not even going to say where it is, you're going to have a very lonely morning. So please, if you have any questions at all about where this is located, just give us a call at 703-403-5360, or you can look it up on the internet. But it's the Providence Rec Center run by the Fairfax County Park Authority. Now, Carly's doing something else really exciting next week. She's going to be over at the Green Acres Senior Center, and I hear you're going a little Hollywood on us. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I will be over there with the bocce players, and we will be featured on Channel 16. So definitely be sure to check out Channel 16 for to see us on TV talking about NVSO and how you can get involved and volunteer.
And that video piece hopefully will run weather permitting as far as that we're able to do the taping next week. If you want to see the taping live, well yeah, you could go out on the 24th and go over to Green Acres and see Carly in person. She'll be glad to sign autographs and say hello. But we will the video of that will also be on the Channel 16's YouTube. For the last 2 years, Channel 16's done pieces with RSVP and the NVSO promoting the games and very importantly the volunteer effort, and it'll be a great way to get acquainted with everybody. And I'm trying to think if there's something along that line. So that will be by the tapings on the 24th, and the video hopefully will run by the end of the week. And then the Providence thing is the following week, the 30th. So you'll actually have some time after this podcast to get ready for the Providence event. One other thing we want to emphasize, if we haven't brought this up earlier, is that the registration window for the Senior Olympics to be a participant is a rather brief window. It's not as a large window. So it starts on June 1st. And actually, we're hoping that you'll be able to register on May 30th at the Providence event. But it officially starts June 1st, and then it runs through August 24th. After August 24th, you're not going to be able to register anymore to be a participant. So it's really important that if you're interested, you jump on the stick and get going on this. And we don't want to get too far into the minutiae here, but the registration fees for this event are incredibly low. You could enter up to almost 4 events for $22, a total of $22. If you want to enter one event, it would be only $15. There's a basic registration fee of $13, and then it's $2 for most events. So, it's a great from the price standpoint, and if you know someone who maybe needs a scholarship for this, we also offer scholarships through the local counties and local city government. So this is an event that's open to everyone, and it's very affordable regardless. Now, Carly, there are people probably sitting out there and saying, I want to be part of that swimming event on Friday the 21st. Should they wait a couple more months before they make the decision when they're going to do that, or what?
No, definitely not. So volunteer registration is open. So again, go on the website, give me a call if you have any questions. But the sooner you register for volunteering, the better, because we do have a limited number of spots for each event. So it's a first come, first served basis.
That's right, and it really is a lot of fun. One of the other great things about this event, like a lot of RSVP events, but you'll get to see meet a lot of new people and make some new friends. It's always fun to go to something like the Olympics each year because you see a lot of familiarity. People say, oh, I remember you from last year, or in some cases a couple of months ago. So it's just one of the aspects of being an RSVP volunteer is you really get to meet a lot of people who have the sort of the same attitude, the same like-minded as you are, and want to make their community better. Now this podcast will air on the 22nd, 23rd, just in case somebody's listening to this and they say, I want to sign up for RSVP right now, and I'm not RSVP yet. The next RSVP volunteer orientation is going to be June 5th.
June 5th,
in Falls Church.
Yes.
And then June 21st.
June 21st.
Right here, about
Fairfax.
half a mile from our office at the Fairfax City Regional Library. So there are plenty of opportunities to become part of RSVP. We want to thank everybody for all the great things they do, and we're really excited about the NVSO coming up. And then finally, if you have any questions at all about anything RSVP, or even in this case, volunteering for the NVSO, please go to our website, www.rsvpnova.org, or you can call Carly at 703-403-5360. And as always, we also want to thank all of our great partners, including the NVSO and our wonderful friends at Volunteer Fairfax, Volunteer Arlington, and Volunteer Alexandria. We could not do it without the support from all these great folks, and they're wonderful organizations. So, and if you have any relatives that are under the age of 55 and you want to have them doing stuff year round, we encourage you to call those three organizations, and they can also get the people, those young people, as much volunteer opportunities as they would like. So thank you again, Carly, for being here.
Yes, no problem.
We look forward to seeing you on television next week and at Providence on the 30th of May. And that wraps up another RSVP Northern Virginia podcast. Thanks for listening, and go out there and volunteer and do some good. Thank you.